Something happened to Rachael Ray, something fans never imagined they'd see. The once unstoppable queen of quick meals, the woman who lit up daytime television and shaped an entire generation of home cooks, suddenly began showing signs that something wasn't right. Strange public appearances, heartbreaking tragedies, and a series of painful setbacks have left viewers asking the same question. What really happened to Rachael Ray? We frequently post videos on topics like this, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed and never miss an update. To understand the shift, you have to go back to where it all began. Rachael Domenica Ray was born on August 25, 1968, in Glens Falls, New York. She spent her childhood surrounded by food, flavor, and the chaos of restaurant life. Her parents owned eateries in Cape Cod in upstate New York, and Rachael learned early that the kitchen was a place of hustle, of heart, and of survival. But while most celebrity chefs trained in prestigious culinary schools, Rachael took a completely different path. She worked in restaurants, gourmet markets, and retail, learning by watching, tasting, and doing. Her big break didn't come from a fancy restaurant review. It came from a simple cooking class in Albany called 30-Minute Meals, which she taught at a grocery store. Local news noticed her, then national morning shows, and finally Food Network came calling. When Rachael Ray hit TV screens in 2001, she was unlike anyone viewers had ever seen in the food world. She wasn't stiff, she wasn't formal, she was fast, friendly, and fun. She made people believe that good meals were possible in real life, on real schedules, with real budgets. Soon came the cookbooks, the talk show, the magazine, the product empire. At her peak, she had one of the most powerful brands in daytime television and a net worth that soared past $100 million. She was the definition of accessible celebrity. Until life delivered blow after blow. The unraveling began quietly, then violently. In 2020, while the world was already struggling through the pandemic, Rachael Ray faced a nightmare no one could prepare for. Her Lake Luzerne home, the place she built over decades, filled with memories, notebooks, recipes, and irreplaceable history, burned to the ground in less than an hour. She stood outside helplessly as 40 years of her creative work went up in flames. Months later, when she finally began rebuilding her life, tragedy struck again. Her longtime pit bull, Isabu, died in her arms after giving her more than a decade of unconditional love. And then, as if fate hadn't done enough, her New York City apartment, newly renovated and finally feeling like a refuge, flooded during Hurricane Ida. Everything she had just fixed was ruined in a night. These events didn't just break her home, they broke something inside her. In a rare moment of honesty, Rachael later said that these three losses, her dog, her house, and her apartment, left her shaken to the core. But she still kept working, appearing on shows, filming in borrowed clothes, and pretending everything was fine. Fans began to notice something was off. In 2024, a promotional video for Rachael Ray in Tuscany went viral, not because of the story she told, but because something seemed different in her speech and appearance. Concerned viewers questioned whether she was ill, injured, or suffering from something far more serious. Some speculated Bell's palsy, others worried about stroke symptoms. The online buzz grew louder when Rachael admitted on her podcast that she'd suffered a series of unexplained falls. She never fully explained what caused them, but the uncertainty fueled even more worry. Then the podcast went silent. After only 8 episodes of I'll Sleep When I'm Dead, the uploads suddenly stopped. Fans feared the worst, wondering if her mysterious health concerns had become more serious. Rachael later claimed the production team was simply behind schedule, but her cryptic reflections about life, sadness, and accepting unexpected change only deepened the mystery. Today, Rachael Ray is still working, but differently. She appears selectively, focuses heavily on philanthropic projects, and spends more time outside mainstream TV than ever before. She lives quietly between her rebuilt home in New York and her Italian projects, embracing a slower pace, a smaller circle, and a more private existence. Her downfall isn't a scandal or a controversy. It's a story of loss, of exhaustion, of rebuilding a life that was shattered in ways fans never saw coming. And as she steps back from the spotlight, one thing remains clear. Rachael Ray is still fighting, not for fame, not for ratings, but for peace after years of heartbreak.